Right. So we've been going for a good amount of time since 8 this morning. 8 this morning. It was about 8 this morning, right? Was it before or after 8, Carly?
It was about 8.
About 8. Listen, y'all got to send me double cash apps because y'all got to send me a few cash apps for Carly. If we get up to do live streams at 8, that means she got to be up at 4 o'clock to produce these videos. She in California, Canada on West Coast time. Oh, man. Dedicated to the cause. I appreciate you, Carly.
Thank you.
All right. We back. All right, we back. We are back. Here's the inky cycle. Wait a minute. Here is the inky cycle. Very important. Now, where do we get this? You should have already got this in the preceding degree, the preceding videos. What did we talk about? We talked about the number 11 in the melanin, right? Representing sodium. And sodium, natrium, natron, right? Sodium controls water movement. So melanin's relationship with sodium is the middleman so that melanin can interface with water. And that's what melanin is actually doing. Melanin is not a pigment that performs photosynthesis no more than your blood cells perform photosynthesis. You goofy niggas, because you don't read, y'all niggas like y'all allergic to reading. Y'all worse than being illiterate. Because you don't read, you subject to somebody that tells you that they read and reading. So if you see anybody that's not black that got any sort of letters above in front of their name or after their name, you believe you're smart because you're quoting what this dumb nigga say. So Arturo Salas is he's accredited researcher because I don't care what he is. He don't know what he's talking about. Melanin does not perform human photosynthesis. Humans do not use pigment to create fruit. And chlorophyll is the pigment that God put here for photosynthesis of all kinds. Every pigment has its own job. Heme is a pigment. Heme ain't for photosynthesis. Heme is a pigment for something totally different. Heme is a pigment that works with magnetism. That's what heme is. That's why your blood, heme, has to have iron for magnetism. That's what heme is for. Chlorophyll is a pigment for fruits. Sugar, that's what chlorophyll is for, to make sugar. That's what chlorophyll do, it makes sugar. Melanin is photovoltaic. Melanin takes light and turns it into electricity. And it makes that electricity by vibration. So it turns light into vibration. Wait, what? Yeah. Anyway. You got these. We're gonna get this because we got a more pressing issue. Everybody is, Inky, you got to keep going in on the diet suddenly because okay, you got to deal with this now. Telling you, all you got to do is know that see if you watching this movie here die suddenly and you don't know what's going on. I'm not worried because I'm amazing. And I'm saying I'm a Mason by research, right? I'm not saying that there's a message that secretly goes out to every Mason on earth. Like, hey, here's the solution to no. You got to get this information from me. LeBron is the GOAT on the basketball court. That's what he doing with his thing. My gift I applied over here. So that way, if you want to know what this is, then I could tell you. See, this is called melanocyte protein P-mel, or the silver locust protein homologue. It's a protein that in humans is encoded by the P-mel gene. The gene product may be referred to as P-mel. P-mel is a transmembrane glycoprotein. Glyco means sugary. Glyco, protein, amino acids. Glycoprotein, sugar and amino acids. That is expressed primarily in pigment cells of the skin and the eye. The transmembrane form of P-mel is modified in the secretory pathway by elaboration of end-linked oligosaccharides in addition and modification. We go on and go on. Right. So anyway, if you're having high levels of inflammation in the skin, this stuff will leak out and start to clump together. This stuff will leak out and start clumping together. Right. Some of these fragments form non-pathological amyloid that assembles into sheets and form the striated pattern. Okay, all right. Y'all gonna get to work. Yeah, y'all will get to work. Y'all will get to work. Y'all will figure it out. It's all right. Right? We did enough classes on this, so you got this. And you got it here. And when you order something, I'm shipping this out. These right here, I'm sending you in the I'm sending you these two in the mail with your products, just so people have this information. Right? How it is that angiotensin is affected by spike proteins and how that spike protein affects your melanin and your high blood pressure. Right? Everybody that been watching, y'all are hip, but there's probably new people watching this that's not hip. So I'm gonna just give them a short, little quick 30-second rundown. Angiotensin regulates your blood pressure and it regulates your body's melanin production. Angiotensin regulates melanogenesis and high blood pressure, or blood pressure in general. Spike proteins regulate angiotensin. Well, not regulate, but they affect, right? So this is your renin cycle. This is your renin cycle. The more vitamin D you have, the less melanin production you need. The more melanin production you have, the less vitamin D you're going to need. They counterbalance each other, vitamin D and melanin. Your vitamin D goes up really high, your melanin production will slow down. How is that being gauged? Through the angiotensin system. Now, if you get a lot of spike protein activity, you're going to get a lot of angiotensin 2, which is pro-inflammatory. So your body's going to start to release a lot of cytokines that cause constriction in the cells, among other things. Right? Okay, we should have started off. We should have started off with it. This is where you guys got to send in the Cash App, share the video. See that? Because I ain't say it, y'all ain't do it. Share the video. Oh my goodness. Stop the video. For housekeeping. Okay, we need y'all to share the video. If you already subscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe again. Share the video onto your Facebook, onto your Instagram, onto your Twitter. It's very simple. Take 5 seconds. Go right under the video. If you don't know how to do it, it says share. Just click on that. Copy link. Now you can go to Instagram, Twitter, all of them, and just boop, paste, paste, paste. That's it. Take you 60 seconds. Take you 60 seconds. So anyway, with this understanding, shucks. This is how we systemically boost up the body's defenses to be able to give ourselves the best chance possible. Right? So everything is grouped. Everything is grouped. You see at the top, Harmine fighting the diabetes directly, right? Listen, we're doing good on time so far, so I can't stay right there. We got literally how many? We got 8-hour videos on them 2 slides alone. So we can't do that today. Urban Biochemistry Guidebook, I think number 2, 3, and 4 is on that. You literally got like 20 hours of study for that. Okay, so amino acids, pay attention to what an amino acid is. This is the breakdown of what your amino acids are. You have the functional group, which is the R group. That's in the middle. And sometimes that can change, right? But what's not going to change is your amino group. That's your pre-ammonia. Pre-ammonia, that's what I call it, pre-ammonia, right? Because H3 or NH3 is when you got ammonia. So one more hydrogen atom, and that's going to be full-blown ammonia, but that's NH2. And then you got COOH. So CO2H or COOH. That's your carboxylic acid group. So your carboxylic acid group comes together with an amino group. You got amino acid. It's important to understand this. When you break down the amino acids in metabolism, you're going to produce ammonia and you're going to produce urea, right? The ammonia is very damaging to your cells. The urea is the non-toxic version to your cells. It's not, it's non-toxic, but it's not safe. Let me say it like that. You're starting to get people say, oh, you could drink the, no, we're not drinking urine, people. Calm down. You're going crazy. I done went past green juices to drinking urine. Now you went from Pepsis and beer to drinking piss. I just don't understand. Why didn't we stop at the green juices? Why we could stop right there in the middle and just get us some healthy juices. These niggas want to drink urine. I don't understand what's happening. Anyway, here is a breakdown so that you understand how protein is metabolized. Too many people in the health community and the workout world think it's all about protein, and they don't even know anything about protein. Now, mind you, they look amazing. They look amazing because we train to love muscles. So he looks super muscular. Clearly, he must know about protein. No, he doesn't. He know about exercise. He probably know about, drugs too. That's another conversation. But this is that, right? This is your tricarboxylic acid cycle or your your citric acid cycle. This is where amino acids jump in there. They all jump into this cycle in different places, right? They all jump into the cycle at different places. It's important. The reason it's important is because a part of the thing that's floating around right now, right? It causes the excessive amount of reactive oxygen species, right? And you get what's called beta oxidation problems. Beta oxidation problems, okay? Your cells, in a textbook, you're taught that cells can use sugar for energy, and they can also use fat for energy. In the real world, you got so many cells in your body that your body is actually always using sugars and fats at the same time for energy. And when you get into this overproduction of reactive oxygen species from your mitochondria, that stops the beta oxidation, forcing your cells to go into sugar dependence. And once your cells shift to sugar dependence as a crackhead, you going towards diabetes, period. It's over. Some form, right? Overproduction. How many is too many? Overproduction is based on your pigment health, how much circulating antioxidants you got, meaning how active is your NRF2 system we talked about, how hydrated you keep your body, and how much glutathione your body has in circulation at any given time. Those are the 4 areas that's going to determine how your body handles reactive oxygen species. Period. It's a working equation that even exercise, sun, all that's factored into. It's going to come down to pigments, antioxidant, water, and glutathione. If you can maximize those 4 things, you'll be damn near indestructible. Right? You'll be rolling pretty good. You won't be indestructible, but you'll be pretty good. Right? Now, tumor necrosis factor and ILB or IL-1. Right? IL-1, this is the problem. IL-1, IL-6, and tumor necrosis factor. Right? But in particular, just for now, it overstimulates the NAD. The NAD, right? Important. Remember, we showed you the Inky cycle way back here. Right? NAD is the electron transporter. So melanin and water are constantly producing free electrons for the cell. NAD is responsible to take that those electrons and distribute them to the DNA and the RNA, the mitochondria, the sirtuins, the NRF2 system. All of them depend on NAD. Now, your NAD depends on tryptophan. That's an aromatic amino acid. You see how all this is stemming? I showed you where it stems from. The aromatic amino acids right here. NAD. It's a shuttle for electrons. Now, mind you, we didn't went through the pyramids in the books and all that. Come on now. I'm showing you. Step by step. Not from college, from your ancestors. Right? Not from college, from your ancestors, okay? Now, angiotensin. Angiotensin converting enzyme plus vitamin D plus angiotensin 2 equals a healthy cell with angiotensin 1.7. That's what it's called, 1.7. Why they call it 1.7? They could have just called the angiotensin 8. I would have been, anyway. Angiotensin converting enzyme 2 with no vitamin D, guess what happens? All you have is angiotensin 2. And angiotensin 2 is pro-inflammation. It invites IL-1, IL-6, and tumor necrosis factor. And those destroy the cells. What's the difference? Vitamin D. This is why vitamin D is such a big deal in the fight that we're dealing with. It's not that it's turning up your immune system and all that, even though it does those things, but this is directly what it's doing in relationship to the situation we're dealing with right now. That's why we have vegan vitamin D3 on the website, and ours doesn't have no sugar in it. All right. Y'all need to keep getting that sugary ass vitamin D if you want to. Fatty acids require and are converted into coenzymes. Okay, this is what you have to understand about fatty acids. So now if you're getting saturated fat botana oil that smells like burnt coffee, not only is it cancer causing, but the saturated fatty acids are not going to be able to convert See? I don't know what these Kemetic scholars is looking at when they see this. Because when I see this, I'm looking right at this picture right here, just for example. This is the difference between me and one of these other goofy guys. Watch. They looking at this, they go, oh, yeah, the Egyptians was praying to palm trees. Interesting. That's what you got from this. That the people who built pyramids were so dumb that they was praying to palm trees. Got it. Not that the palm trees have the ability to tap into earth magnetism. Not because of that increased magnetism where the palm trees grow, because, you know, plants only grow in certain places. So certain plants will tell you about the soil if you know what the plant requires. If you know what the plant requires, then you automatically know wherever you see a bunch of them plants, it's an abundance in the soil there. So there's a reason why palm trees only grow in South America and Africa. So you have red palm oil in Africa, and you have Ojan oil or Batana oil from South America. It's the same thing. It comes from the palm tree. Batana oil comes from South American palm trees. That's it. It's not a secret in the woods and all that. That's people trying to hustle you. There ain't no secret in the fucking woods. Okay, excuse my French. It is literally the #1 farmed item. And the reason people are selling you the burned, saturated fat Batana oil is because they smuggling it out of there. No companies will sell that to people. You know why? Because it's dangerous. No companies will sell that because it's dangerous. So the people that's in poverty, they get it. And they put it in empty garbage bottles and they sell it to other people. And then those people pretend like it's some type of health thing and then sell it to you because they're getting it for little to nothing. They literally buying that burnt coffee shit for like $1 or $2 a pound and then selling it to you. They're getting it for $1 or $2 an ounce, and then they're selling it to you for $25 an ounce. That's crazy. That's crazy. And it's no good. Right? It's no good. You got to get that raw from Dr. Inky, the unsaturated fat. Anyway. We're here. We're going to deal with this. We're here. We're going to deal with this. Riding the goat. Inky, I can't become no Mason. You had to ride the goat to become a Mason, bro. So before we go there, I just want to remind you, as y'all saying this devil worship, and he gave unto Moses, when he had made an end of communing with him upon Mount Sinai, 2 tablets of testimony, tables of stone written with the finger of God. Interesting. Very interesting. So let's take a look. Let's get right on to it. All right, let's take a look. Let's get right to it. But these guys don't know what they're talking about. So I got to show you where this all comes from. So now, on the right and on the left, you have the Baphomet. Right? This is the Baphomet from the Satan worship and all that. Absolutely. So in the outer systems, right? That's what this represents. Eliphas, Levi, and all them. That's what this is their thing. But this has nothing to do with Masonry, modern or ancient. This was an invention by a Satanist group to pervert your actual sciences. And while they practicing your real shit, they using stuff like this to scare you off, Scooby-Doo style. They using this fake to scare you off, Scooby-Doo style. Come on and get it. Hurry up. I'm showing you the original right here. So now let's pick apart everything in this fake picture. Okay. The Eastern Star, Sirius, is on the forehead, right? The Eastern Star, Sirius, is on the forehead, right? The living lights, the divine niggas, right? The staff of Isis. Look, the niggas is coming out of the stomach, the caduceus. Right? You see the wings for Horus. I'm trying to put it right there in front of you so you can see. Dissolve and coagulate. What is dissolve and coagulate? Chaos and order, binary coding. That's your binary coding. Don't believe that there's any other science on this earth other than the science your ancestors was using to build society. Now, if somebody grab that and do something different with it, that lives in the person. That doesn't live in the science. So now if people find out, like I told you, because this is where the whole the devil Satan thing comes in. It is a fact, maybe too well guarded, that everybody does not have a spirit. You don't. If you're not actively working on building one, you don't have one. God bless the child to have his own. Oh my God, y'all don't even know what y'all hearing when y'all hear shit. Y'all think that's a money thing. You think God bless the child to have his own got something to do with money. You dumb. You think God, hold on, you think God is interested in money? Or you think you're going to be recognized by God because you got some money? You confused. God bless the child that got his own. That's talking about your soul and your spirit. And if you're not cultivating that, you don't have one. So this is where these groups that's going down the dark path, you got the dark path, the light path, right? The light path is people that learn this information and they use it to build themselves, build society, build the people around them. That is the Freemasons. You take an oath to that. That's what we take an oath to. Now, the church does the opposite. The Vatican, I don't know about today, but back in the day, that's was the Vatican, them, they doing something different. They're taking the earth to control your soul and limit you from, yeah, they got control of that. That's the whole beef between the Freemasons and the church. The church say, no, we controlling the souls of the people. The Masons said, oh, hell no, you ain't controlling my soul, champ. My relationship with God is straight. Ain't no middleman. Me and him, we rocking out. Ain't no middleman in my program, champ. Me and him, we They step in and say, oh, no, 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 no. We controlling your relationship with God. You'll get just as much God as you can afford. So when you go to church, that's what they tell you. You didn't sow any seeds. Oh, well, that's why you got bad stuff going on in your life. You didn't pay enough money at the church. Oh, so blessings is money, finance. Got it. You niggas confused. Right? So again, when you find out that everybody doesn't have a spirit, see, some people take that and say, well, it's do as you will. I could do anything to them. These are golems. Remember, these is Adam and Eve before they got the skin. They just dirt bags. They don't have a spirit. They're here for me to move around, to dominate like the animals. I could rape them, kill them. They're not real. They don't have a soul or spirit. So I don't get bad karma for killing them or raping them or robbing them or misleading them or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's a perspective. But that's not the perspective that we're bound to as Masons, right? As Masons, it's a different perspective. Your job is to teach and raise, right? We're supposed to be raising them, right? Here's the system. Here's the system. They'll just build that temple of God. Mm-hmm. Trying to show you. That nigga Scooby-Doo you down. So here's Bane Jadette. Here's Bane Jadette. I'm trying to show you. Now, Bane Jadette don't have no wings. But why does the Baphomet have wings? Because in the story of Osiris, Isis used Bane Jadette, the soul of Osiris, to give birth to Horus. And Horus is the falcon. So Baphomet, they just grabbed the whole story and just mixed it all up. Isis, Osiris, and Horus is represented as the Baphomet. The Baphomet's job is to serve as a security guard or a cherubim, a cherub. So this is what they did. They created a cherub with this. That's what the Baphomet really is. It's a protector. It's a protector, right? So on the surface, it's to scare you away. Just beneath the surface, it's a depository or repository of esoteric information. Yeah. See, I'm from 158th Street, so Scooby-Doo program doesn't work on us that good. Because we don't get scared off and run, oh, wait a minute. Hey, look, there's some scary guys. Run away and leave your valuables. Hold on. Get away. My mama didn't, but listen, it'd be like 4 or 5 dudes downstairs from the projects. They come into the neighborhood, fucking niggas up, robbing shit. I'll tell you real shit. Melrose projects, Jackson projects. Oh, they coming in, fucking shit up. My mama be like, you better get your ass down there and beat somebody's ass. Don't you come upstairs. If you come upstairs, I'm beating your ass. I had a scrap. We scrapped. So, over the years, all of the nastier guys, some of which guys from the South Bronx that made the news. I'm like, yo, I was in 2nd grade with him. Yo, that's my nigga such and such. Yo, what is he doing on the news? Like, right? He'd be like, well, how did you was around all those bad guys and then you this guy? Well, because I learned, see, I told you, my daddy was a Mason, his daddy was a Mason. So I know how to be in the world and not be of it. Too much. I know. We go back to the work. I got you. Let's work, though. We working. Okay. So we here. We back to the ventricle system. We got it. We got it, Doc. That's why RAM is still synonymous with light processing, right? Because it's the RAM inside your ventricle system, the 4 ventricles of the brain that's processing the light information. Because it is the cerebral spinal fluid full of phosphorus. Hello. Phosphorus, Horus is still there in the RAM, right? Because in your brain, this whole system of ventricles is filled with phosphorus, Horus, right? It's still in there mixing with oxygen, producing light. That light is the information processing system that allows you to cognize and have experiences and think and live and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's the magic waters that the brain got. The brain got the living waters full of phosphorus. Right? Iron too. And this whole nother, yeah, anyway. All right. So Memphis, the city of goats, the temple of Ptah. Right? We showed you earlier how homeboy recreate the star and everybody liked them videos. Oh, I like them. This I forgot the name of the video. The plasma fields, the Pleiade fields, the something. No, it's the Ptah fields. That's what you need to call that, the Ptah fields, because all that came right here. Dendera, Memphis, right here. The city of goats. It's the city of goats right here. Ptah, that's the temple right there. Come on, ladies. It's all in you. It's all in you, ladies. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Hold on now. Why do you think Baphomet got titties? Come on now. That's too much. That's too much. If those was meant to be male chests, it wouldn't be so round. If that was meant to be a male's chest, it wouldn't be so round. So the arms is masculine, but those are boobs. Those are breasts. That's a woman's breast. And this is why. This is why the goat in the brain, the ventricle system, you see how the hippocampus, the horns of Amun, that's literally Amun's horn. Look it up. Look it up and see if that's not Amun's horn right there in your brain. Anyway, but this right here, the female reproductive system, I mean, it's right there in front of your face. You see how a picture could do more than a whole bunch of talking? It's right there in front of your face. Now, how did I learn about this science? Well, there it goes. It's called the Calhoun Gynecology Group PAP ride. Oh, gynecology came from Kemet? What? Yeah. Where do you think they got it from? Okay, let's run it back for the people in the back. Okay, for the people in the back, let's do it like this. And we did it already. We probably do it again for us if we get to everything. But remember, we talked about degrees. Where did degrees come from? The church set up as opposition to the Masons. So the church now is trying to set up their own system of degrees to counteract what the Masons got going on. Only thing is, you got to join up Masons to get a degree, get degrees from Masons. Masons is doing what? You learning the 7 liberal arts, grammar, logic, rhetoric, math, or rather arithmetic, you know what I'm saying? Geometry, music, astronomy. That's Masonry. Yes, regular school. That's Masonry, duh. Y'all thought it was that goofy shit, Hillary Clinton with pizzas and all that. That's I don't know what that is. That's some other shit. That's the Baphomet, maybe. I don't know what that is. That's not Masonry, though. That's Masonry, what I told you. Grammar, rhetoric, logic, right? 7 liberal arts. That's your circle 7. Don't let these niggas tell you circle 7 is zodiac bullshit. Okay? Circle 7, right? Circle 7 is about building your mind, right? I told you, light circles the globe 7 times every second, right? Light, knowledge, wisdom, right? What's your globe? This is your globe right here. 2, 4, 6, no, 2, 4, 5, 7, right? 2 ears, 2 eyes, 2 holes, 1 mouth, right? That's how the knowledge and wisdom is going to get into your brain and out of your brain in circle 7, right? When you're studying that arithmetic, grammar, logic, come on now. Yeah, the trivium and the quadrivium, right? That was masonry. So then the church coming with they shit, they set up, listen, you ain't got to study with them. So people preferred to get those degrees from over there because them degrees was way easier to get. It's like now you could go places and just buy degrees. That's how school was back then. You just go to the church and put a little money, they give you the degree, you could teach. You're a doctorate. And it wasn't no nothing. It just was doctorate immediately. You're a doctor. Whoop. Slip was $15. You're a doctor. Whoop. Done deal. So Masons, they didn't care if you was royalty or you came out of the sewer. You still got to come over here and do this work. Everybody got to come the same way. Rich man, poor man, you still got to study this with your studies. You got to learn these 7. You got to learn this 7 and get educated, right? Because we can't get rid of ignorance and superstition if you're not educated. So we got to get you educated. You got to learn these numbers. You got to learn music. You got to learn astronomy, not astrology, astronomy, right? You got to learn astronomy, right? Oh, that's the real work right there. That's the real work. I know y'all don't like what I'm saying. It's okay. You still got to deal with it though. Now, the female egg dies if not fertilized by a male sperm every month. And it's on a solar cycle, not a lunar cycle. Yes, I know. See, it's a lot of shit you're going to have to unlearn and relearn. You think that your vagina works on the moon. Now, why would somebody tell you that your vagina works on the moon? Why would you believe that your vagina works on the moon? How could the moon have an effect on you from where the moon is, right? Think about it now. The moon doesn't have any light. The moon is reflecting the sunlight. The moon is lesser light in real time. So the sun could look at the moon and say, anything you could do, I could do better. Because the moon is just a pale reflection of what you get from the sun. But you're being locked out of your birthright. And because you're not initiated, you don't know what's happening. You don't know what's happening. You don't get it. So you thinking you on the lunar program. No, you're not on the lunar program unless you're a lunatic. Okay? Just trying to help you people. So you could pick either one, honestly. If you go research it, you're going to find that the moon has a 29-day cycle. You're going to find that the sun has a 27-day cycle. On average. So if you want to say, oh, my 28-day goes with the moon cycle. What happens to the ladies that got a 30 or 36-day cycle? No, man, that's not how it goes. It's light. It's light. Light is life. Light is life. Your vagina works based on the sun. Okay? And the male, for all of you goofies out there with the black woman is God cult, the male is the one who carries life, not the woman. The woman does not carry life. The only time a woman could carry life is when the male puts life into the woman. I need y'all to get this. So get angry, get mad, share this video so all the girls out there saying that and all of the pimp hustlers, I mean, all of the conscious brothers that's, you know, tricking these ladies, I mean, enlightening these ladies, they could debunk me too. Have them debunk the video. Send this out so they could debunk it. You know, all the niggas that don't read books, that don't know science, have them debunk science. You know, that's how y'all usually do. The guys that don't know science, that could barely read, they debunk science. So you have them guys debunk this. This is the debunk here part. Debunk here. Start debunking here. Okay? So I know y'all gonna get emotional on this one. Yeah, I was in love with that goofball routine. But let me tell you how that started. Okay, I was there. I watched the inception. Respectfully, Natural Tahuti made that up. Natural Tahuti made that up. Natural Tahuti was an ex-pimp. He came up with the Black Woman as God program. The other brothers saw how they could use that to manipulate women. Natural Tahuti was trying to use that Black Woman as God program. He told me out his mouth. Because me and him had a long conversation about that. He said, I know that ain't real, bro. But our sister's been beat down for a long time, and I was a part of that, and I want to help build up the sisters. So this ain't really about the women being, this is about empowering the sisters, whatever. That's what he was trying to do. These other young brothers, they saw what he was doing and saw something that they could use to mislead these ladies. Yeah. So they could mislead these ladies into confusion. At best, I'm leaving it light.
Has got damaged. I would ask my video journalist to give sense to the viewers. You can see this complete has got damaged, and in fact, 2 cars also met with an
Yo, today is a wild day. I'm gonna just say lots of technical difficulties is happening, but we just gonna keep moving. You know how we do. So let's look at this now. There's only life in the vagina when the male puts it there. Period. Other than that, the vagina is in a constant state of death. It's in a constant state of death. That's what a woman's period is, when she has an unfertilized egg. When she has an unfertilized egg, it dies. Yeah. And so she got to get rid of it, or it'll start rotting in the vagina. So they got the cycle. They get rid of the unfertilized egg every month. No, this is a fact. That doesn't happen in the male body. In the male body, we actually have living beings swimming around. Now, that shit sounds super creepy, but that's just what it is, fellas. Life is in you. You carry the eggs around. I mean, the living sperm, the seeds. But these are little snakes, little niggas. They in there swimming around inside your nutsack all the time, fellas. I know this is creepy. It's creepy. But this is supreme mathematics. Supreme mathematics will get you together. Right? So now let's take a look. Because they're telling you that every man is born a woman, and you turn into a man later on. I'm like, bro, that's crazy. You have an X and Y chromosome immediately upon the fertilization of the egg. Immediately. It ain't no you start off as a woman and turn into a man. No. You start off with 2 X chromosomes or an X and a Y chromosome immediately. That's where the game start right there. So don't let nobody tell you no hypothetical BS that you turning into real life. Oh, no, the parthogenesis, because women could do. Have you seen one do parthenogenesis? Can your ass do some parthenogenesis? Okay, then knock it off. Stop using fake shit to try to justify real shit. And the reality is, at this early stage, all of these fertilized little zygote, all these early life forms look the same. It's the same blueprint. So at the stage, ladies, that you taking credit talking about this is female, really, this is reptilian amphibian. Right? So told y'all Adam Cadman was going to pop on in here. Now, Adam Cadman is the formless body of light. That's the template for human development. Right? Now, y'all think these people is playing with these real esoteric. They're not playing with this stuff. This is the reason why this small group of people is able to advance. When you turn around, oh, the Jewish people own this, they own that, they own this. Well, they hard at work. And they hard at work on masonry. That's what they're doing. Okay, don't let them fool you. Jewish people is doing masonry. That's why they advancing. And you're not doing masonry, which is the reason you're not advancing. You see, it's just that simple. You're doing music videos, cocaine cowboys, kilos, Dracos, Whack 100, Hassan Campbell. You niggas watching Hassan Campbell. Is more niggas gonna watch Hassan Campbell talk about Jay Prince than is gonna watch these videos right here. This is a fact. It's more people that's getting ready to share. Yo, do you know how many people sent me the video of Taharka Bey getting slapped by Tariq Nasheed, supposedly, because it's really a grainy video. You know what I'm saying? Now, you can see, like, it could go either way. You could say he slapped him, you could say he didn't slap him. They got to produce some other footage to get definitive. But come on now. Y'all more interested in that goofy shit than the real shit. Oh, Jay Prince said, fuck Takeoff. Is that what he really said? Is that what are we doing, bro? Who cares? Who cares? Is that important to you? Are you more impressed about living vicariously through others than doing the things that you need to do to live for yourself? This is why, and these are the reasons why you have people doing things that you feel is devilish, because you don't really have a soul and a spirit yet. If in your mind, you're more interested in hearing Hassan Campbell talk about other people, or Whack 100 or DJ Academics, they only talk about other people. So if you're interested in hearing celebrity gossip, respectfully, because I watch a celebrity gossip, that's how I know who Whack and all of them. Don't think that I'm not with the bullshit. I just have priorities. You know what I'm saying? I know how to work that gauge. You know what I'm saying? So I know how to divide up my time, and I make sure I get a little fuckery in, like a vitamin. You know what I'm saying? I get a little thicker shit in. I got to get some in. Like, I'm from 158th Street. I got to get a little in. But I'm saying we're gonna get the prayer in. We're gonna commune with the ancestors. We're gonna get all that in too. And then I'm gonna get in some. Now, what did Whack say? I'm gonna get some of that in, but I'm saying got to be prioritized. That's not the first thing. I'm gonna build me. And then the second thing is I'm gonna build my babies. And then the third thing is I'm gonna build you niggas, the people that help me take care of me and my babies. And then when I got some free time, I'm gonna catch up. I'm gonna see what's going on. I'm gonna watch what's that shit the craziest TV show, the Dr. York show. What's the Dr. York movie? Ruthless. I'm gonna watch Ruthless, the Dr. show, the Dr. York movie. Y'all don't think that Ruthless is about Dr. York. Y'all confused. Tyler Perry from Atlanta. Who you think was living in a compound calling himself the Most High, raping up people and doing all that wild shit? He got that whole show from Dr. York. Or at least what his idea of Dr. York is, maybe through rumors or whatever. I don't know, whatever, but I know that's loosely based. Definitely loosely based. you know, because they got to add entertainment, shock value, live up to people's fears and all that. Of course, all that's in there. I'm not saying that that's a direct depiction or saying whatever, but absolutely. Who do you think Dr. York was at? He was in Eatonton, Georgia. Duh. So yeah, I watches all the goofy stuff too, if I get a chance to. Right? I just watched Handmaiden's Tale. That's crazy. That's wow. So yeah, I got to do that just to stay balanced. But anyway, so here's Adam Cadman. Let's get back to work. Right? This is the formless body of light that's used as a template for human development. Right? And so you got to understand the yod, the vav, very important. Right? Much of what we understand to separate a male from a female happens as a result of neurochemistry that includes the brain, heart, and spine. So this is post-birth development. You're still becoming a woman or a man all the way up until your teenage years, right? Now, the breastplate. The breastplate. What is the breastplate about? Do you know that the name Aaron means the bearer of martyrs? The name Aaron is actually a female name. I'm not saying that he's a female. I'm just saying it's a female name. You spell the female version with an E, Aaron. Same thing. But it's the bearer of martyrs, right? And so a breastplate, yeah, I know we're talking about a breastplate, is actually where you develops from. This breastplate or your neural plate is where all of your pigments come from. All of your pigments. All of your pigments comes from right here. That's why I told you in the video earlier, this is important. Now, we were just throwing stuff out there. I could say, oh, look at the shape. It's a holy royal art. But no, that's not that. We got to deal with science, not superstition. Don't get symbolism mixed with superstition. That's not that. But this is that Adam Cadman. This is that. Right? Look, let me show you. The yod coming down, right, is showing you a pathway. Right? You see that the yod connects to the top of the hay. Yods don't connect. When you look in the Hebrew language, yod is the divine letter because it's not on the ground. That's how they look at the yod. The yod is divine. It doesn't touch the ground, but it's touching the hay. And so is the vav under it. So that's a pathway. Oh, and if you don't think that they heavily into paths, that's because you don't know Kabbalah. Anyway, but that's a pathway into the Holy of Holies. And that Holy of Holies, which this breastplate is for, is right here. Because this is where your heart and your brain and all your pigment is formed at. And you see right there where it says somite. Somite. You get 32 of those. Oh, it gets crazy, bro. It gets crazy. Hold on. It gets crazy, right? Anyway, you print this out because I could be on this forever. Shout out my guy Lance with the Cash App, right? The rest of y'all slacking. Hit the Cash App, $ Minister Inky. All right, mitochondria DNA, ladies. I hate to inform you, but mitochondria DNA is not yours. I know y'all got excited because y'all misunderstood the science when they were saying, oh, we traced the mitochondrial DNA because the mitochondrial DNA is stronger than the nuclear DNA. And so in your mind, you goofy ladies cooked up a story based on these goofy niggas that don't read books. They don't know science. And you like, oh, we got the mitochondria DNA because that's the one that the ladies have and the men doesn't have mitochondria DNA. No, see, what y'all are confused on is men don't pass along the mitochondria DNA. And that that's going to change. Anyway, but as it's recorded now, men doesn't pass it along. That doesn't mean men don't have it. All mitochondria has DNA. All mitochondria has its own DNA. And mitochondria is not a part of the human. It's in there, but remember, mitochondria is a separate program. They still trying to figure out where mitochondria came from. Did mitochondria capture cells for safety and food, or did cells capture mitochondria for energy production? Or was it an accident that a cell just bumped into a loose bacteria and they fell in love with each other and decided to stay like that forever? But the bottom line is mitochondria is separate. It's a separate species and they control their own reproduction and everything. Mitochondria are doing their own thing inside your body. You need to know this. Right? Now, obviously, this is a dramatization of the Y because the Y is tiny compared to the X in real life. Look like a little blob. But here's what you need to know about the Y chromosome. Guess what, ladies? The SRY gene is located on the Y chromosome. Why is that important? You see, the goofball niggas that's running this Woman is God program, they're not telling you this because they don't know this. The SRY region is the region that determines sexual development. It's only on the Y chromosome. Oh yeah, that's gonna be a tough one to deal with. That's gonna be a tough one to deal with. I know. Look at your system though. Look at your system. Look how your uterus develops. What's the geometry? Is it not shaped as a Y? Is it not shaped that way? Is the Y not the geometry, the scaffold, the blueprint? Before you even getting into any super technical, just look at the shape. And look at a man's. The woman's and the man's have the same motif. Look just like a tuning fork. Similar. And guess what? The ovaries requires testosterone to stay healthy. The reason why you women is getting fibroids with y'all goofy asses is because y'all listening to these Women is God program. And when you thinking the women is God, you out there trying to maximize as much as estrogen as possible. And you hating men. So mean you hating yourself, because guess what? Your ovaries have to be sprayed with testosterone internally. And I'm not talking about no man ejaculating into you. No, I would say that your body has testosterone that sprays your ovaries, literally like a hose watering the lawn to keep all the eggs healthy. Once that testosterone gets overran with estrogen, xenoestrogen, or aromatase, or a combination of the three, it's over. Them eggs gonna start getting crazy. And you definitely not getting pregnant. So this is why y'all can't get pregnant. And the ones that your thing's still working, you're developing fibroids instead of humans down there. And how does the fibroids look like when they take them out? Some of them motherfuckers got teeth and hair and everything. So you, okay. I'm just showing you. You can't get mad with me. I'm just showing you the information, people. When you print it out in the book, you have it, and then you could debunk it. Easy. Right? You got to debunk it and figure it out. Yeah. You got to ask yourself, how come the word Hebrew means crossing over and they don't have no understanding of that? There's no reason technically for people to be called Hebrew. They trying to make up a reason like, oh no, the crossing over, no, it means crossing over. And so when they went through the Exodus and they crossed over the Red Sea, that's when they, no. It was crossing over the Red Sea maybe, but not the one you thinking about. See, but y'all live in a world where you believe that your ancestors didn't have microscopes. You live in a world where you believe your ancestors didn't have this information thousands of years ago. So it's not possible for the term crossing over to talk about genetics. It's not possible. But to me, I think you're dumb, respectfully. That's all, just respectfully. I think you're a little dumb for disrespecting your ancestors that way. And the craziest thing is that people that read the Bible think that way. And I'm like, bro, how can you read the Bible and say that Hebrew has nothing to do with genetics when the whole Bible, there's literally no subject that's covered more thoroughly in the Bible than genetics and reproduction. Like literally, there's no subject covered more thoroughly in the Bible than genetics and reproduction. I mean, literally, we're looking at the winding staircase. I mean, it's what's happening right now. Okay, let's go back to the nuts. Let's go back to the testicles in a minute. We'll deal with this later. Copper coils attract specific frequencies just like a radio. Right? This is the living womb. The living womb, like your living room, the living womb is the testicles. Yes, the living womb is in men, not in women. The dying womb is in women, respectfully. I love y'all. I got 7 babies, but we got to stop this shit. We got to get the science. We got to get the science. The living womb, meaning the place where life is always at. That's the testicles. The rete testes is an anastomosizing network of delicate tubules located in the hilum of the testicle that carry sperm from the seminiferous tubules to the efferent ducts. It is the counterpart of the rete ovary in females. Its function is to provide a site for fluid reabsorption. It is the counterpart. It's not the leftover production or the half-formed. It's none of that. It's the complement. It's how men and women come together to produce life. But the Bible told you that it was coming from Adam. The Bible was way ahead of you. Oh no, Eve carried it. No. Eve don't carry nothing that Adam don't put in there. All of the problems coming from the Bible is human error, user error, right? Now look, this is the male penis and testicles. This is the anatomy. And what does it look like? It looks just like the W. Wait a minute. What is this W, Inky? What is this thing here you got going on here? This is called your vortex math, and we're going to put it in perspective. See, when you're watching these goofy guys online, they taking it out of context. You don't know that this vortex math comes from Kemet because you don't read enough. If you look at these websites enough, you'll find one of these guys that'll tell you they got the vortex math from studying Tesla. Well, why don't you guys go and get the books of Tesla? Got books out. I read all of them, Jones. And Tesla says, this is what Tesla tells you in his books. that all of his technology and inventions come from his dreams of being in Kemet. I kid you not. I can't make this up. He dreams of being in Kemet. And when he has these dreams, he's there in Kemet studying and learning. And then he wakes up and then he does what he saw and learned. He write it down and he do it. And that's where his stuff come from. So I'm cool with that. That's a breadcrumb. At least he telling you where he getting it from. Right. But anyway, this right here, this vortex math is inside your story of Osiris. The W for Wusir is here, the two coffins, the two oblong squares, your triangle, right? All of that's right here. The relationship of 9 and 11, right? When you divide a circle into a nonagon is a shape with 9 sides. So when you divide the circle into a nonagon, you automatically get the 11. That's where the 11 come from. I'm showing you again. We still didn't left masonry. Don't think that we deep inside this anatomy and all that. We still here. Number 11 still on your screen. This 9-11. This is the relationship between the 9 and 11. Look. If we divide a circle into 9 parts, you get your 11. That's 9-11. You see the 2 towers right there too, right? Bro, I'm telling you, this math is tough as hell. This math is tough. But you also see the penis in right next to it. It's right there for you. Right? And what's the thing that's missing that they highlight in the story of Wusir? The penis. Right? You got to find that. Duh, you got to find that. So when you get this math, you got to find that. That's what. Anyway, once they're mature, sperm live in storage inside the testicles, specifically in the cauda epididymis, for as long as a few weeks. After that, they are reabsorbed into the body. How long do sperm last inside the body or once frozen? Cycle of sperm. The sperm life cycle, spermatogenesis, takes on averages 64 days. Oh man, so you're saying we got 64 codons in the DNA and the sperm cycle has a 64, damn. Woo! I'm going further. I'm going further. I'm going further. I'm going further. Your testicles are oval-shaped organs made primarily of coiled tubes. Those coiled tubes is made primarily of vitamin C and copper, just a FYI. Vitamin C and copper builds up the tissue. The same way the pillars made of copper and zinc, that's what these is made out of too, right here. Copper, zinc, and vitamin C. The same as the pillars, right here. This is it right here, the living. The copper, the zinc, and all that is right here. Look at that. 93 degrees. The highest is 99, all right, or 98.6, right? Right? But what's that in Celsius? Look at them numbers in Celsius. You see how it says around 93.2? Around 34. Yeah, what's around 34? It's another double. Right? It's got to be that, I'm just showing you. I'm just showing you. Sacred geometry. Yeah, I get questions about penises every day. Brothers is not having enough semen. They're not having a erection, this, that, and the other. Niggas got fake penises out there. All kind of shit going on. Yeah, because y'all studying Dr. Oz. I'm studying your ancestors. That's what they say. Huh? That's what they say. Oh, you don't know what this fez mean. Are you sure? I mean, I don't know what you've been taught about it. What that tail is. All technology based on wire transmission of energy and production of energy start here with men and letters. See, we back to the God men. Oh, that's what you was talking about earlier. Of course. Yeah, the God men was teaching you how to keep this machinery right here healthy. But y'all was too profane because you saw it and you didn't know. So you laughing. Oh, that's crazy. No, that right there is making sure that forever we'll be able to reproduce, goofy niggas. What you think the Romans did? When the Romans came into Egypt and they found out about this, they literally, hold on. Let me tell you what the Romans did. Check this shit out. When the Romans came into Egypt and they saw the God men and they saw what we was doing and all that with the letters and all that, they had all of the wild letters dug up and replanted from Egypt to Rome. And they banned you from making it by your house in your neighborhood and put it all in their program. And they renamed it Romaine letters. I'm dead. You goofy niggas. Y'all buying y'all buying blue pills and all kind of goofball shit. Y'all better get that anabolic hormone help. That anabolic hormone help, AmericanHealer.website. Oh, we back to the old school shit. We back to the old school. We got the wild letters and all kind of natural. Yeah, what the gods was telling you. Now, let's take a look at the God men once again. Look very closely. At coming out of the penis has a clear, anatomically accurate depiction of semen. Why is that in the hieroglyphs? Why is that in the hieroglyphs? See, that's in the hieroglyphs to protect you and to protect me, so that nobody could ever tell you your ancestors were stupid, so that nobody could ever tell you your ancestors did not have microscopes. See, this one wall rewrites everything you knew about your ancient ancestors. Because they're going to tell you that microscopes was invented by some goofball up in Europe in the 1500s or somewhere. They're going to tell you that we didn't have microscopes back then. Are you crazy? They didn't have no microscopes back in those days. Okay, well, how is it that they knew what sperm looked like? They must have guessed. Clearly, they must have guessed because sperm is microscopic. You can't see sperm. Can't see sperm. Right? So I'm just saying, we're gonna move, we're gonna keep moving. Listen, I just have to put some of these things here so I could dispel the superstition. I need y'all to know what Einstein was really working on because y'all confused. So let's look up the definition, because Einstein supposed to be a famous physics teacher and he's supposed to be against metaphysics. He's supposed to be debunking it. And you got atheists debunking metaphysics and spirituality, and they think they're using Einstein to do that. I'm like, yo, y'all niggas clearly never read none of Einstein papers or Einstein's actual the book about his life and none of that. You don't even know who Einstein was. See, Einstein was similar to me. I just can't deal with superstitious ideas of God and yada, 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 yada. But because I don't deal with superstitious ideas of God doesn't mean I don't deal with God. Metaphysics, the branch of philosophy that deals with the first principles of things, including abstract concepts. Okay, now it says including abstract concepts. So it's not limited to, it's including abstract concepts such as being, Wait a minute. Being, isn't that the name of Eve in the Bible? Oh, we'll keep going. Anyway, time and space. So time and space are subjects of metaphysics. So since Einstein clearly is known for his studies of time and space, what was it that Einstein was actually doing? Physics or metaphysics? I'm saying I'm not the one that made up the definition of metaphysics. I'm just reading this stuff to you. My eyes are open. The blindfold been removed from me. So when I see that metaphysics is the study of time and space, Einstein is known for developing his theories based on the relationship of time and space, then I got to say Einstein was clearly studying and teaching metaphysics. Just saying. And what is spirit? Defined as the non-physical part of a person, which is the seat of emotions and character, the soul. Interesting. What does E equals MC squared define? The non-physical stuff. So again, what the hell was Einstein doing again? What the hell was Einstein really doing? You don't stay at the studio. You're not initiated. You might miss it. We already went through the Hadron, the CERN, that we went through all that. Einstein formulas dictate that matter can carry a charge, or aura, in fact. The equations were designed to understand what the unseeable cause of particular effects was. Like if I take a ball and the ball weighs a few ounces and I gently throw the ball to you, the weight of the ball is not going to be much more than what it weighs on a scale, not moving. But if I get angry and I throw that ball at you as hard as I can, that ball is going to hit you mad hard. Well, what happened? Did the ball change? Did it somehow get heavier? No. The velocity, the strength that I threw it with, that strength that I threw it with, that non-physical, well, in that moment is converted to actual mass. And so when it hits you, it might hit you at 10 pounds of pressure or 20 pounds of pressure, even though it's only a half a pound ball. Because all of the kinetic energy from me throwing it has been converted. Yeah. So we'll move on. It's okay. I know. A lot of stuff, we got to wrestle with it. We got to wrestle with it. What is this right here? See, this is when you study an Albert Einstein, right? What is this, Doc? This is Albert Einstein's letter to his man. I cannot seriously believe in quantum mechanics because the theory cannot be reconciled with the idea that physics should represent a reality in space and time, free from spooky actions at a distance. Now go look that shit up and deal with that. Okay, so don't let nobody quote no Albert Einstein shit to you about some atheism, God don't. Shut it down. And just pull up Albert Einstein's handwritten letters. Pull them up. Ask them if they read them. Ask them if they read this one, March 3rd, 1947 to Max Born. And then after they read this, ask them what they meant about spooky action at a distance. What was that? What is quantum entanglement? Just ask them to fit that into their program, to the atheist program. They're going to look like this. Just saying, my fault, Will. My fault, Will. My fault, Will. Yeah. Chapter 64. Chapter 64. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, you know what? Take a break and we come back. We're going to take a break and come back. But I want this to be a separate video. We're going to take a break and come back. Right back. After these messages, we'll be right back.